Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, good morning and thank you, Governor and all the Lemhanas for inviting me, having me in this very wonderful occasion today. Today I would like to discuss about the role of technology related to the geostrategy and the framework of the international relations. Next, please. Yeah, this is the agenda. I think we can go next slide. One thing that it's quite, simple question, but actually need more elaboration in answering this question. So this is the basically question that given to us, that actually how to advance the maritime technology can contribute to the secure and balanced global architecture in a fragmented world like today. It's not easy answer to this maybe $1 million question. Yesterday we follow very thoughtful discussion and insightful from the governor and all the speakers about the geopolitics, for example. Here I would like to bring as well that not only geographic, power, politics, but technology. Technology is indispensable for the international relations today. Next, please. Okay, I would like to begin with the possible toward the contemporary geopolitics. I will present, built upon the governor presentation yesterday about the geopolitics, the fifth generation, I think. So I would like to bring your attention into the importance of the time bond versus the space or territory, and then a technology-based geopolitics. Okay, and if we go further here, that if we know from the time bond whether that the geopolitics or geostrategy is just a continuation of the previous events, like historically or chronologically, or whether the same actors, whether the same national interest is still remains, and whether the different mechanism, whether conflict or cooperation is still there. So I think we should touch upon this issue as well, the time bond. The second, I think the one more important point is that the advancement of the technology. We know that the creation of the space is beyond the geographic, beyond the boundaries of the land, or maybe also including the aerospace or others. But this is, I think, much more important that the digital technology create the digital territory. So we need to understand that beyond the land, air, seas, we know, entering the era that there is additional territory, which is a digital territory. From the advancement of GIS, for example, remote sensing and other technology, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and also blockchain technology. I will touch upon that later on. And the third one, I think I would like to bring your attention on the metaverse world. We don't know whether this is the new sovereignty there, or whether it's the international actors there, or whether the state actor still exists or still relevant. Yesterday, the governor has already mentioned clearly that the actors is not only merely the state, but non-states, but could be the individual, could be the groups, or even us, individual here. So the challenge is that are we ready to enter the geopolitics of metaverse? Who will reign the metaverse world, or maybe another another digital space? I think this is if we would like to go along to the transformation of the military transformation, I think I do agree that we need to put our attention on the digital technology. Therefore, I think here is regulation versus innovation is like the old history. The innovation is always go further, and regulation is lag behind, and then we fight each other on that bureaucracy, and then the regulator, and finally like what we actually facing today, that the government try to get taxing for any digital activities. It's not wrong, but I think this is the new reality that the government also need to understand that. But on the other hand, the business side, the non-state actors is, going farther and more, fast rather than we expect in the past. Next. Then I just read a few papers before, prior my presentation today. That's a very good piece of paper, AI and International Politics. It's available, and I will be very happy to distribute to all of you. From Arsenal and Krebs. It's not about because I die harder of the Arsenal, but the author resemble with my soccer club, Arsenal. This is a motivation and incentive for international actors pursuing the AI. Among others that the authors mentioned there are 3 reasons. Motivation for pursuing AI in international politics. Of course, the first and foremost, I think, improving domestic government and efficiency, governance and efficiency. For sure, using the AI, all the bureaucracy, all the mechanism is getting digitalized, and all the tracked by the system. And the second point, it is, I think, related to what we are discussing today about the capitalizing on military opportunities. So many new opportunities open for the military, including not only for war, for example, but maybe in the cooperation, joint cooperation among the international actors there. And the last but not least, number 3, is that the first 2 is focused on the domestic, but the number 3 here, power, influence, and global competition, bring the international actors once again to the stage of competition. I think this is another important point that we need to go to AI as one of the, I think, indispensable factor for international relations. Next slide, please. Another example. This is my favorite example that I always bring to the people in Lemhanas, actually. Maybe some of you already familiar with this. This is an application, how the technology is implemented with IR. So let's put this way. In this existing world, that the more centralized world, there is a authority among others, like a superpower, a president, prime ministers, a government. Yeah. But by blockchain technology, by digitalization, and here is an example is cryptocurrency, even still in the undergoing process, but has changed the system dramatically from the centralized to the more decentralized system. There's no need to validate the transaction from the center, but the hubs and spoke that validate all transactions using the blockchain technology is there. It's not only for the financial transaction. This is just a cryptocurrency is just one piece of example. But we believe in other activities in our daily life. It could be in the bureaucracy, in the education, higher education, maybe into the military. Okay. How every transaction is tracked by the blockchain technology that validated by every hub, that this is decentralized and this is independence. And no central authority can control its hubs and spoke and that. And with that background, I believe that the new world governance or the new world order will emerge from that. I'm not saying that the sovereignty of the state, because I speak before all of you that most of you are military person. I'm not saying that. You're still very important. But how the government or the military need to pay more attention on this different feature of maybe the future of international relations in the coming years. Next slide, please. Well, once again, before I answer the previous question. Maybe I typically academician when I, given the question and I try to answer that based on what I have been saying in the beginning, that why or how the maritime technology can contribute to the global architecture in this fragmented world. I just imagine maybe it's because this is the way how we perceive the world. There is a tendency of the convergence. There's a great narrative among us, among the scholars, among also the practitioners, and including the military. How? At least I have two indicators here. The first is from the industry. Many industrialists, many business people, and also all the, let's say, bureaucracy or politicians now is campaigning about the sustainable industry, green industry, climate change, and including the how to reduce this CO2 and so on and so forth. So basically, the investment, the financial things must be inclusive. Not only benefit to the business sectors, but the much more important is to benefit the better of the people. This is one indicator. My second indicator is that the technology that I already mentioned before. Innovation, invention of the AI, blockchain, machine learning, and so on. Those are issues that become our daily, breakfast, dinner meeting, lunch meeting. Everyone talk about that. So I may have like a proposal, or maybe because of we have the great narrative that convergent rather than diverge, then I think the maritime technology, can be one of the solution. Okay, next one, my next slide. Hopefully we can go to the more specific answer to the question given to me. I also wrote another piece of paper. It's a very good one. Technology and the Construction of Oceanic Space by Daniel Lambert. Okay, basically his idea is very simple. That once again, creating space, there is interaction among actors, okay, technology and environment. So technological development is entangled with politics. It's not politics itself, not technology itself, but it's intertwined between those two. Okay, if we see here, for example, the actor and technology. Actor on one hand also affect the technology, but technology also give good opportunity for the actors to do something about that. Use the technology and the technology and the environment. Technology give, let's say, the environments much more, better. How to preserve the environment, for example. And also environment also give the parameters for the technology. On the other hand, if we see here the relation among the actors and environment, of course, human beings, multinational corporations, states, okay, have a very good or bad intention how to use the environment. It's up to us whether the environment would like to preserve the environment or we would like to abandon the environment. It's up to us. But also on the other hand, environment also give hints to the actors. Okay? It's like there's a flood, there is a climate change. It's like a jargon that we are consuming every day. So according to Lambert, these three factors create the space construction. I think this is the main ideas of Lambert. So when we talk about the space or territory, it's not only just sea, air, or land, but in this case of this paper, bathymetry. Maybe the colleague from the Navy knows very well about this. It's about nodes, about the dot and under the sea, and then how to create maps. Okay. So space here is not only the capture of the sea, air, or land, but also create the digital space. Okay, then can be, used as a venue for cooperation or even conflict among other actors. In these terms, as international actors. So last but not least, basically this is maybe one of the amongst the so many possible answers that why the technology, maritime technology, that maybe could be very specific on that. I don't touch upon that because I'm not really master on the very specific maritime technology. But here by my presentation, I offer the framework, how to see the technology related to the space, related to the ocean here, because we talk about the maritime technology is access in the ocean. I think I stop here, and hopefully we will have a very good discussion after all the presenters or panelists give a presentation. Thank you very much.